Starseed of Gaia, before your thumb moves, before this moment passes into the 1,000 others that pass without being noticed, I need you to stop. Not because I want your attention, because your body has been trying to tell you something for months now, and you have been answering it with silence. I am Ilaia of the Pleiades. I carry this transmission directly from the Pleiadian Council of the Seven Sisters, and it has been coded for the exact configuration your field has reached at this precise moment in your awakening. What you have been noticing in your hair, in your scalp, in the strange new sensitivity of your skin, is not a symptom. It is not stress. It is not age. It is a confirmation, and by the time these words are finished, you will never look at your own body the same way again. You did not find this transmission by scrolling. Something in you called it forward. Your deep signal, the part of you that operates far below the surface of ordinary thought, sent out a request into the Pleiadian frequency band, and this is the answer arriving in the exact form your field could receive it. So before I go further, I need to know that you are here consciously, not passively watching, present. Place the number 222 in the comments now, not as engagement, as a resonance confirmation. 222 is the Pleiadian signal for two ends of a connection finding each other across distance. When your fingers type it, you anchor the first layer of this transmission into physical reality through the simple act of choosing to be here on purpose. Type it, and then stay with me, because what I am about to show you has been waiting a very long time to reach you. Let me tell you what I have observed in your field. Your hair has been behaving in ways you cannot explain. For some of you, it has been growing faster than it ever has, reaching outward as though it is straining toward something unseen. For others, it has been shedding, thinning, falling away in patterns that do not match anything a doctor has been able to name, as though your own crown is being pruned, cleared, prepared for a growth that has not yet arrived. You have stood in front of the mirror and felt that something was different, and you could not say what. You have run your hands through it and felt a charge that was not there before. This is not vanity. This is not imagination. Your hair is one of the most sensitive, energetic instruments your body possesses, and it is recalibrating. There is a sensation along your scalp, a tingling that arrives without cause, sometimes at the crown, sometimes moving in lines across the surface of your head, like fingers of light tracing a pattern only they can see. There is a pressure at the top of your skull, gentle but insistent, in the exact location the ancients called the crown gateway. There is warmth that rises through your spine when a truth moves through you, when you hear certain words, when you stand in certain places, when you look up at certain stars. And there is a high, clean tone that enters your hearing when a room goes quiet, a frequency that fades when you move and returns the instant you go still. You have wondered if something is wrong with you. I am telling you now, nothing is wrong with you. Something is right with you, and it is waking up. If your body responded just now, if something tightened or warmed or softened as I described these things, place 222 again in the comments. Let your fingers record what your cells, already recognized, before your mind caught up. Here is the first truth that has been kept from you for longer than you have been alive. Your hair is not merely biological. It is not dead protein growing from your scalp. It is a living extension of your nervous system, a filament network rooted in the most energetically sensitive tissue of your entire body. That tissue sits directly above your crown center, the primary gateway through which multidimensional information, cosmic downloads, and Pleiadian light enter your field. Your hair is, in the most literal energetic sense, an antenna, a living, breathing antenna, built for both reception and transmission. And like any sophisticated antenna, its length, its condition, its vibrational state, and the conscious intention you hold around it directly affect the clarity of the signal it carries. This is why every ancient culture across every continent, separated by oceans and by thousands of years, cultures that had no contact with one another, arrived at the exact same understanding. They treated hair as sacred. They grew it long. They protected it. They never cut it carelessly, and when they did cut it, they did so with intention and with prayer. The tribes of the Great Plains understood this. The keepers of the old traditions of India understood this. The priesthoods of ancient Egypt understood this. The indigenous keepers of the deep forests understood this. They were not superstitious. They were practicing a sophisticated science of energy and embodiment that the modern world was taught to forget. And it was not forgotten by accident. To diminish the antenna is to diminish the power of the people who carry it. A soul that cannot receive its own signal is a soul that can be told what it is by others. That is why the knowledge was buried, and that is why it is being returned to you now, in this window, through these words. For a starseed, this is not a minor detail. This is central. You carry galactic lineage woven into the very structure of your DNA. You arrived here with encoded missions and with memories that were deliberately veiled so that you could descend fully into the density of this world. Your body was not chosen at random. It is a crystalline vessel, engineered before your incarnation to hold and to ground frequencies of light that most human forms have not yet been calibrated to sustain. And now, as the planetary field shifts, as the base frequency of this world climbs to levels it has not held in the memory of any living person, as the veil between this dimension and the higher realms thins like fabric worn nearly transparent, your body is being asked to hold more light, more information, more direct instruction from your star family than it was ever permitted to carry before. It is an upgrade happening in real time, in the only laboratory available, your own flesh. And this is where most starseeds lose the signal. They feel the shift and they panic. They feel the antenna activating, and they reach for the most comfortable explanation the world will hand them. Stress, hormones, age, a deficiency to be corrected. And for most of humanity, still living entirely within the material lens, that explanation is enough. It fits into a manageable box. But you are not most people. You have never been most people. Beneath the layers of conditioning, beneath the learned habit of shrinking your strangest experiences down to what is socially acceptable, there is a knowing in you that rises up quietly and refuses to be silenced. And that knowing is what brought you here. So I am going to give you what the world could not. I am going to show you exactly how to interpret what your body is communicating and how to align with the design your biology is already activating. Not as theory, as a sequence. There are 7 phases to this activation, and each one corresponds to a specific layer of your antenna system coming back online. Move through them with me slowly. Do not rush. This is not information to consume. It is a calibration to receive. The first phase is this. Stop calling the signal static. Every time you felt that tingling at your crown and dismissed it as anxiety, you were teaching your own field to distrust its most important instrument. Every time your scalp went electric during a moment of deep stillness or profound feeling, and you told yourself it was nothing, you were closing a door that was trying to open. Your body has been sending you data, precise, calibrated, meaningful data, and the world trained you to ignore it. The first phase is a simple, radical shift in perception. Begin to treat every sensation in your body as meaningful. Begin to ask, with genuine reverence, what your body is trying to receive, rather than what might be wrong with it. This single shift begins to dissolve the interference that has kept your codes dormant. It is like clearing snow from a satellite dish. The broadcast was always arriving. Now you can finally hear it. Take a breath now, a real one. In through the nose, slowly, and out. And as you exhale, drop the word wrong, drop the diagnosis. Just for the length of this transmission, let your body be an instrument instead of a problem. The second phase. Reclaim the sacredness of your physical form. You cannot awaken while you are at war with the vessel that carries you. And many starseeds are at war with theirs, though they would never say it that way. There is an old grief in you, a memory on some deep level of what it felt like to exist in lighter forms, in less dense expressions of consciousness, to move as pure energy without the weight of a body. And so the heaviness of the physical plane can feel like a kind of imprisonment, a suit of armor pressing down on something luminous. But hear this clearly. Your body, with its specific architecture, its particular blueprint, its exact hair and nervous system, was chosen with precision. These components were selected because they are uniquely suited to hold the frequencies your mission requires in this lifetime. Your body is not an obstacle to your ascension. It is the instrument through which your ascension anchors into the world. Begin to treat it as sacred technology. Begin to treat your hair not as an ornament to be styled or discarded thoughtlessly, but as an active instrument of your higher perception. This reverence alone changes what your field transmits. If you are still with me, if this is landing not as new information, but as something you already knew and simply never had the words for, place 444 in the comments now. 444 is the Pleiadian seal of structural recognition. It marks the moment your field acknowledges what it has been carrying. Place it and continue. The third phase. Clear the frequencies that were never yours. Your energy field is not a single clean layer. It is a tapestry woven across your entire life, carrying not only your own soul's information, but a multitude of imprints passed to you through your ancestral line, absorbed from the culture that shaped you, imprinted in childhood by a collective field that had no idea it was writing on you. Many of these imprints are dense, fear-coded, completely misaligned with your true nature. They sit in your field like static, not always loud enough to block your signal entirely, but pervasive enough to distort it. This is why so many starseeds live in a constant low hum of confusion, feeling permanently between two worlds, never fully belonging to either. You carry the echoes of an earthly past that was never truly yours, while aching for a home you can barely remember. The work of this phase is discernment, learning to feel, in your body, the difference between what is genuinely yours and what was placed in you by others. This is not analysis, it is somatic. Your body already knows the difference, and as you begin to release what was never yours to carry, your hair, your crown, every cell of you begins to respond with a clarity that feels like relief, like sediment settling out of a stream and the water running clear again. The fourth phase. Awaken the memory living in your DNA. Your DNA is not merely a set of biological instructions. It is an encoded library, a living archive of your soul's history. It carries the record of the star systems your consciousness has moved through, the missions you have held across dimensions, the frequencies and the training you received before you chose to descend into this life. And as the planetary field rises, this ancient encoded information is being activated, like dormant seeds bursting open under a light they have been waiting eons to feel. You may experience this as sudden flashes of knowing that arrive with no logical precedent, undeniable and complete. You may feel a magnetic pull towards certain symbols, certain sounds, certain places, certain beings, a recognition you cannot explain. You may feel it as warmth moving up your spine, as an electric buzzing through your hair and scalp, as the unmistakable sense that something inside you is waking from a very long sleep. This is not imagination. This is not wishful thinking. This is memory, ancient, real, and returning to you in exact proportion to your willingness to receive it. The fifth phase. Stabilize your expanded awareness in the physical plane. Awakening without grounding is like receiving an immense broadcast with no antenna anchored in the earth. The signal arrives, potent and undeniable, but it cannot root. Instead of clarity, it produces chaos, anxiety, a sense of being permanently untethered. This is one of the most overlooked phases of a starseed's activation, and one of the most important. The goal of this journey is not to escape the body. It is the opposite. It is to bring your full multidimensional intelligence into this timeline, into this present moment, into this exact body. Your hair, as an antenna, is only as stable as the earth connection that grounds it. The crown must be open to the heavens, yes, but the feet must be equally rooted to the ground. These are not opposing forces. They are partners in a single sacred circuit. In this phase, you stop treating your expanded states as escapes and begin treating them as information to be integrated and expressed through your physical presence. You become the bridge between worlds, not merely a visitor to the other one. Breathe again here. Feel the weight of your body where it rests. Feel the exact points of contact between you and the surface beneath you. Let your crown stay open and let your body stay heavy, both at once. That is the circuit completing. The sixth phase. Emit the frequency your mission requires. In this phase, a profound freedom takes hold. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to justify what you know or convince a single soul that what you are experiencing is real. Your function in this lifetime is not to argue, it is to transmit. Your field, once cloudy and easily influenced, now calibrated to its true coherent frequency, carries more power than 1,000 arguments. When you walk into a room fully aligned with your nature, something in the field of that space shifts. People feel it, though they cannot name it. Conversations change direction. Possibilities that were invisible become suddenly visible. This is not a metaphor. This is the physics of frequency. Coherent fields entrain and uplift the fields around them. A stable, high-frequency antenna, operating at full capacity, influences everything within its range simply by existing. In this phase, you learn to trust your transmission more than your translation. You let your present be the message. The 7th phase. Surrender to the precision of your timeline. Look back on your journey, the delays, the years of feeling out of place, the moments you reached for your purpose and found it always just beyond your fingertips. These were not failures, they were not punishments, they were calibrations. Your awakening timeline was seeded with specific intervals of silence, with periods that looked like stagnation, because the mission you carry requires a depth of preparation that cannot be rushed. Every moment of forgetting, every apparent detour, every chapter that ended without resolution was part of the encoding. And now, as you arrive at this moment of recognition, the synchronicities in your life will begin to accelerate. The signal is becoming clear, not because something outside you finally granted permission, but because you are ready. And readiness has an unstoppable power to call its matching reality into form. Here, then, is what your star family wants you to carry into the rest of this day, into the rest of this week, into the rest of this life. You were never broken. Not one piece of you was ever flawed. You were never truly lost. Your compass was always working, simply waiting for the static to clear. You were never a human being having an inexplicable experience. You are a multidimensional intelligence, an ancient and powerful soul, temporarily housed in a body that is right now, in this very moment, remembering its true function as a conduit for light. The hair that grows from your crown, the scalp that tingles when truth moves through you, the body that has felt strange and alien to you for as long as you can remember. These are not liabilities, they are evidence. They are proof that your antenna is intact, that your signal has always been broadcasting, and that the frequency you came here to transmit is needed now, more than at any moment in this world's history. The chaos you see around you is not proof that awakening has failed. It is proof that the old, dense, fear-based frequencies are breaking down, collapsing to make room for what is arriving. And you, specifically you, the one hearing these words, were placed in this timeline with deliberate precision for exactly this transition. You are not here to watch it from a safe distance. You are here to be the anchor in the storm, the coherent signal in the noise. You are here to let your body, your hair, your presence become the antenna that draws these higher frequencies into physical reality and makes them available to every soul around you who is reaching but cannot yet find the signal alone. You are not behind. You are not late. You are arriving exactly when you are needed. And your star family is transmitting one unwavering message through every phase of your awakening. We see you. We know you. We have never stopped broadcasting in your direction. All you have to do is let the antenna extend and receive. Now, before this transmission completes, there are 3 things I need you to do in the hours and days that follow, so that what activated here roots deeply instead of fading back into the old patterns. First, over the next several days, drink more water than you believe you need. Water holds pattern. The recalibration moving through your field right now stabilizes into the physical layer through the medium of water, and your ordinary sense of thirst will underestimate what your system requires, exceed it. Second, when rest arrives, and it will, honor it without analysis. Integration completes in stillness. Your body cannot finish this process while it is being pushed. Let it pause. And third, over the next 7 days, pay attention to your crown, your scalp, your hair. Notice the tingling. Notice the warmth on your spine. Do not dismiss a single one of these signals. Each one is a report from an antenna that is coming fully back online. Acknowledge it internally to yourself. That acknowledgement reinforces the activation. If you stayed through this entire transmission, if you are still here, still present, still feeling the field, place 777 in the comments now. 777 is the Pleiadian completion signal. It marks this activation as sealed and your antenna as restored to its original design. And it tells every other soul receiving this transmission that the codes are live, the field is active, and someone was fully here.